It is a cultural story and a controversial one at that, about an unusual modern family featuring 2 moms and 1 dad. They call it polyamory, and ABC's Abby Boudreau has more.
Oh, the sweet sounds of morning. As a new parent, the bed you once shared with your partner, now a little more crowded. And all the more so when there are 3 parents in that bed.
I'll take care of it.
Meet the Phoenix Steins. Danny, Melinda, and John, and their babies, Ella and Oliver, born just 5 weeks apart. These 2 moms and 1 dad are polyamorous.
So if you're not a couple, what do you call yourselves?
We're triad.
Yeah, some people say thruple.
Well, I like that one too.
Thruple.
But this triad wants to make it clear they are not polygamous, like the families made famous in Big Love.
Hello?
What do you think you're doing?
Sleep well?
And sister wives.
We have 1 man and 2 wives. So how is this different from polygamy?
Polygamy is 1 man with 2 women who the women don't share necessarily a relationship together. Polyamory, everyone is openly sharing love with one another. Equally.
And for them, it's about sharing parenting responsibilities equally, too.
Hi.
Balancing work life and family time.
Let's make you happy.
There's almost always a parent present with the 2 children.
There's just more parental support for having the children. There's always one of us that is able to be present.
A strong family unit has been the goal since exchanging vows in an intimate 3-way wedding ceremony last year.
I'm married to Jonathan. He's my husband. I'm married to Danielle. She's my wife. I'm going to be committed to them with my heart and my body.
Although the union is not legally recognized.
If marriage is defined by something legal, then we're not married. But marriage means something deeper than a signed piece of paper.
In a time when attitudes about marriage are shifting. Last month, the Supreme Court handed down this historic decision.
That the United States is now a nation where gay people can get married.
Prompting some from Fox News to ask, what's next?
So suppose 3 people say, we want to be a marriage. What's to prevent that under this?
The Phoenix Steins are hoping nothing. And they're pushing their definition of family with the web series Looks Like Love to Me.
Stings a little bit, you know, every time you guys leave together, and it hurts because I feel like I'm missing out on that family time.
Who wrote the formula of 1 man, 1 woman, and their 2.5 kids?
We're just trying to be, you know, the pioneers like in the civil rights movement.
But this trailblazing triad began as just a couple. After 4 years together, Danny and Melinda were in a slump. Melinda felt something was missing. A man.
But when she brought up this idea about having a man brought into your relationship, I mean, you guys were already legally partnered.
She was very direct, like, I want a family, I need a man, and we need to make this happen.
I need a man.
Yeah.
And to make it happen, they both had to agree on the right guy, making a list of their ideal qualities in their future third.
What were the most important things from that list?
That he was masculine. We didn't want a feminine man just because we're both very feminine. In walks Jonathan, you know, and he's just, we're like, wow, all of a sudden we're recognizing this beautiful man.
Yeah, it was very exciting. In the very beginning, there was a lot more 3 people having sex together. Often.
Our bedroom, our gigantic bed.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, threesomes totally happen, obviously less frequently now that there's kids. But, you know, as exciting as threesome sounds to everyone, it's also really challenging to focus on one person and try and make sure you're including the other person. It's not only about sex, it's about family, it's about working together as a team, it's about accomplishing your dreams. And that's your baby.
One of their dreams, having children, and they managed to do that all together too. Ella and Oliver are just 5 weeks apart.
It's one thing to have your relationship and have it exactly how you want it, but then to bring kids into your relationship, do you feel like it's a healthy way to raise a family?
A resounding yes for me. More breastfeeding, more opportunities, more teamwork. I can double breastfeed while Melinda's making food and John is, you know, or whatever it is.
We're tagging along with the Phoenix Steins to attend a barbecue to meet other polyamorous people in the community.
So what's it like to have 2 wives?
It's great. Yeah.
Among some of the diverse attendees, 69-year-old Anne Valiant. She says that polyamory is far from a new trend.
It's new to people who think that the only way things are is one man, one woman, but that has not been true.
Do you think that people would be surprised how many polyamorous people there are?
I know it.
Which one was harder to come out as a lesbian or as a polyamorous family?
People nowadays are willing to accept the queer community. It's almost not a big deal. There's a huge poly community, but unfortunately not many of them feel like they can be open. They have to be closeted. And that goes to show you that it's a lot harder to be poly than it is to be gay or lesbian, I think.
These relationships can be inherently tricky.
There's definitely times where I feel like I've needed more and then I'm not getting that, and then that comes up in conversation.
Remember, Melinda was the one who initially wanted to expand their partnership.
Does it make you feel frustrated or angry?
Yeah, there's been times where I felt, Melinda has her guy and she has a girl, and John has two women who he's attracted to, and I have a guy who's really fun and I have a girl who's pretty much straight. Where's my sugar on top kind of thing?
Was there even a tad bit of you that might feel a little guilty that she's not maybe as fulfilled as you are in a sexual way?
No, just because we're always in communication with it. And if it got to the point where she felt that she wasn't getting her needs met, then we would address that.
I think our lives just naturally created what we have now.
For now, they are not planning on expanding their triad, but it's not off the table.
The family unit comes first, and right now we just wouldn't even have enough time, to date anyone else.
What's wrong with seeking your own happiness and your own fulfillment with love? Shouldn't we all be in a space where we're happy?
We're not saying that polyamory is for everyone. We're just saying let's open up a dialogue that there's other ways to do this because the status quo just hasn't been working.
For Nightline, I'm Abby Boudreau in Oakland, California.